My wife Jennifer and I have lived with 2 teenagers, our kids. Adler is 16.
Who's in high school, and then we have Auden, our child with trisomy 21, or Down syndrome, and she's 14.
There's some cognitive struggles and some developmental delays, and it's not typical 14, but it's just a different journey.
If somebody's upset, she's always gonna be like, big hug, and then she wants everybody to hug and hug it out. She's our peacemaker and our warm and gooey kid.
She's really good about living where she is and knowing if today's Thursday, I'm excited. Thursday's the day I go and ride horses, and reminds you many times.
You're so good boy.
She just has a connection and always has, even when she was teeny-tiny. It brings her true joy and happiness and just calm and peace.
Auden was probably a pretty good sleeper as a baby. We didn't think about obstructive sleep apnea with her until she was older, but we knew that it was something that's pretty common with kiddos with Down syndrome.
They tend to have shorter face bones. They don't go back as wide, which can cause some obstruction high up. And then they also have low muscle tone, and so that can affect the muscles in the mouth, in the throat. Whereas someone like myself who does not have sleep apnea, I relax, but there's still enough tone to keep my airways open and to keep my tongue positioned in my mouth. When she goes to sleep, those muscles relax almost too much. That's when you start to get snoring.
She was probably closer to 8 or 9 when the snoring really started picking up. And as she got a little bit older, then the apnea, the episodes where she would wake up gasping for breath became more and more common and really started interrupting her sleep.
To hear her gasp and you know she's literally not breathing, it can be terrifying.
She was getting it multiple times an hour, all night long. You don't get restorative sleep that especially a little kid needs.
Hello, puppy.
This is a kid who is outgoing and happy-go-lucky and friendly and talkative, and she wasn't. She was exhausted and she was cranky and she was not doing well in school.
She would come home in the afternoon and not have the energy to go out and kick a ball or want to go play with her friends. She was just so sleep deprived.
Sleep affects everything, and a child with Down syndrome has lots and lots of challenges, and you're layering something else on top of those challenges. I knew from my own experience with OSA what some of the options were, and I had a hard time picturing my then like 8 or 9-year-old kiddo tolerating a CPAP. She doesn't like wearing a hair bow.
We never got through a whole night with a CPAP. When we were first told about Inspire, Dr. Raul, who was our ENT at the time, she explained it as a little device about the size of a pacemaker.
It was really routine surgery.
Auden is old hat at going to the hospital.
This was not our kid's first day surgery. She's had a lot of ear tubes, tonsils, adenoids. It doesn't get turned on for a month.
We went back to the doctor's office for a day, and someone from the Inspire company came and they worked together to turn it on.
The experience was so good that I wound up getting one. Repeat customer is the best testimonial you can get.
I think I was shocked at how abrupt the change was between the not sleeping and the sleeping.
Once it's working, it's working.
It just seemed so simple after all the years of struggling, trying to get her apnea under control. And then with just a push of the button, she was sleeping.
It's pretty important to us that Auden has a role in her own care. And Inspire's really straightforward. So the implant is here. The transponder has 2 buttons on it. One turns it on, one turns it off. The one that turns it on is green. She just holds it over the device and she pushes the button. It makes a beep. Good to go, fall asleep.
Having the Inspire was definitely transformational, not only for Auden, but also for the family. She slept through the night and she could get up to go to school in the morning instead of having to literally drag her out of bed. The whole family slept better and didn't worry about her.
Straight up, we weren't sleeping and we are. Sleep is everything.
When everybody's sleeping, everybody's happier.